Alright, welcome back to another hacking tutorial from Stealth Data Zero. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty cool framework called Veil-Evasion. Now, Veil-Evasion is a tool to generate payloads to bypass common antivirus solutions like Avis and Kaspersky and Windows Defender. So you can use this to hack Windows 10, 7, and 8, and if they have antivirus, it should bypass that as well. You won't get 100% undetection rate, but you can get 80 to 90% pretty easily. Now, the hardest thing about this is the installation process, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments below, and just pay attention and also read the GitHub page, because it has vital information on how to get this working properly. So here is the website you need to be at. This is the website that tells you a little bit about it if you need to visit that, but you need to clone this right here. So copy that and open up a terminal, type app get update. Now this is just going to update your Kali machine if it's not up to date. This is to try to avoid errors. App get upgrade, press enter. Do the same thing with update. Let those run out. It should take about 3 to 5 minutes. Then app get install. So after you do those three things, hit app get veil install and also press enter. Now this is all to try to avoid complications. We're also going to need service Apache 2 start to start our Apache server, and we're going to need to start PostgreSQL as well because we're going to need Metasploit. Service PostgreSQL start. MSF console to start Metasploit. Okay, so you can start Metasploit whenever you want. Now here's the actual process of getting the application onto your computer. So git clone, paste the link, and press enter. Now I'm not going to do that. It's not a very long file, but I already have done it, so that's why I'm not going to do that. Once you've successfully done that, hit LS, and you should have a folder that says Veil. So CD VILE, hit LS, and once you're into here, you need to go back to the GitHub page, scroll down towards the bottom, and this GitHub page is very important because it has information necessary. It also shows you an example way to run it, even though I'll be giving you that there. But you need to copy this command right here and run it. And also you want to pay attention. Oh no, this is the command up here, I'm sorry. And you want to pay attention to this section right here because this is telling you how to set it up. The setup for this is the most difficult process. Mine's set right up for me because I'm up to date with Kali Linux 2018. Make sure you're at Veil-Evasion 3.1 page because there is an old page out there. So make sure you're at Veil-Evasion 3.1, and then you need to follow my directions. So hit paste and run that command like so. So after you run that command, it's going to set up your system for you, and that should take about 3 to 5 minutes. And if you have any questions, go back to the GitHub page and ask them in the comments below, and I'll help you out as I can. But the GitHub page is where you'll be able to get the information if you run into any issues. Now, once you have everything set up, you'll be able to start it like this, and you can start the program like this every single time. So you just have to go to cd veil ls and then / veil.py. So I just hit use multi-handler in Metasploit console. Okay, so this is what Veil-Evasion looks like. It's a very easy to use framework, and it has two tools. We want to use evasion, so we press use 1. Then we want to list the payloads. Now there's a couple different ones that work. You can use all of these. They're all meant to avoid detection, and we'll go over some other payloads in some later videos. This one is pretty good, number 7, number 12. The PowerShell payloads are always good, and they basically show you how to use them, and once you see the template of how I set up this payload, it walks you through the steps. So you could try the other payloads on your own, or you can wait for more videos, or you could just use the payload I'm going to show you here. So we're going to use 29, the shellcode injector AES encrypted PY. So we want to hit use 29 and hit enter. And here's where you can enter additional options, but we're going to skip that, so we're going to type generate. Then we want to hit 2 for MSF console. Then we want to use the Windows /Meterpreter reverse TCP, so press enter. Now this is where you need to type ifconfig in your terminal, or use your public IP address to get your internal IP address. If you're doing it remotely, you need your public IP address, and you need to port forward whatever port you use when making the payload. So we're just going to do it over the same internet for this example, and you could choose whatever port you like, 4444 or 4443. That's my preference. If you're doing it remotely, again, that needs to be port forwarded, and you need to use your public IP address in this section here. We don't need any additional options, so press enter and just give it a second to generate our shellcode. While it's doing this, I'm going to set up our multi-handler. So we already did use multi-handler, so set payload. And this payload uses the Windows /Meterpreter, but some use the Python /Meterpreter and Ruby /Meterpreter, but it will tell you if it does. Set the L host, which is always going to be your internal IP address of your Kali Linux box. Same L port that we used, which is the local port. Okay, so now it's asking you to name the payload. We're just going to name it Windows Update. You can name it whatever you like. And then you can use py installer, but py2exe has less detection rate. I just want to mention that, but sometimes you get an error when using it. And then again, the hardest part about this program is just setting it up. Using it, as you can see, is very straightforward and very easy, and it's like this for all the payloads. And actually, this is a more difficult payload to set up. Some of them are much easier. You just type generate and put in the L port and L host. So right now it's generating the payload. And encoding it and using the Python to exe to turn the Python code into Windows executable. Okay, so now it tells you where the file is and what kind of payload to use. And we just need to press enter to continue and navigate to the payload. And then how you get the payload on the device is your choice. I'm going to use my Apache server. That's why I started my Apache server in the beginning. So now that's in the Apache server. I'll be able to access it via the internet. So I'm going to go over to my Windows 10 machine, type in my Apache server's IP address, and download the payloads. So to reach your Apache server remotely, you need to port forward port 80 and use your public IP address. To reach it over the same internet, you just need to use your internal IP address of your Linux box, which is the same one you use to make the payload. Okay, so now I'm going to hit exploit on my multi-handler. Sorry, it unloaded my multi-handler. I have to reload the multi-handler. Alright, sorry about all the confusion, but you need to set the out port, the out host, and the payload. Alright, so now I'm going to launch the payload on my Windows machine. Sorry, I got an interpreter shell called an outside payload. And as you can see, I have a interpreter shell on the Windows 10 machine with Windows Defender on. So once you have this in place, you can hit help, and it gives you a command of all of the things you could do. You can play with the webcam and stuff like that. So there's a picture from the webcam. And here's a screenshot. And again, just press help to view all the commands or check out some of my other videos. I'm going to be doing a video called Windows Post-exploitation, which will go through all the commands. Here's the payload I used right here. This is what it looks like. I downloaded it from my Apache server. You can get it onto the Windows machine via email or USB stick, or put it on there manually, like physically put it on there, whatever the case may be. But this is how you hack a Windows 10. You can see it's Windows 10 by System Info right there. And also if I hit shell, it'll be the Windows 10 version command prompt. So this is how you get around antivirus. We will go over other Veil-Evasion payloads, or you could check them out yourself. If you found the video interesting, go ahead and drop a like. For more content like this, subscribe. If you want to support the channel and help me out, just share these videos on social media to your friends, show your friends the channel, and as always, have fun and keep hacking.
Alright, so that's how you use Veil-Evasion, and Veil-Evasion works very closely with Metasploit. Obviously it uses MSF Venom payloads, and it allows you to implement these payloads in different ways with different codes, such as Ruby, C#, PowerShell, Python, which is one of my favorites. And you can even take it a step further by using the ordinates, which I did not demonstrate in this video. I only demonstrated one payload out of, I believe, the 50 or 60 payload total on there. But you can even use the ordinates payload to create your own custom MSF Venom payload. So what it does is it takes the MSF Venom shell code, and then you can add some C or some Python and do process injection or memory injection, things of that nature, to try to bypass antivirus. So bypassing antivirus methods. Also using different code like C, low-level coding programs and stuff like that, low-level code I should say, allows you to bypass antivirus as well. So that's why Veil-Evasion is very, very, very important, and it is actually not dead. Now, some of the payloads, just if you take them straight off the rip and throw them in there, yeah, they're going to get detected by updated Windows 10 machines. But Windows 8, Windows 7, you might have some more luck. But unpatched Windows 10 and then unpatched Windows systems, you'll definitely get in. And then remember what I said about customization of the payloads. So just a quick rundown on things that can make your payloads less detectable. Encoding, encryption, changing the code, because antivirus works on signatures. They look for code snippets, pick those signatures out, so you change the code. Add junk code, which is like changing the coding. I said encryption, encoding. It's called multi-threading, and these are different ways to run the program. Process injection or spawning fake processes to try to confuse it, sandbox evasion, things of this nature. So hopefully you found the video informative. Hopefully it gave you a better idea on how you could bypass the antivirus and give you another tool for your toolbox. And if you did, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe for more content, and as always, have fun, stay safe, keep pen testing. Peace out.